Hello everyone. Today we will discuss objects and classes present in your Java. In the last session, we have already discussed about different types of OOPS concept or different features of OOPS like your object, class, encapsulation, data hiding, polymorphism, inheritance, like this. And today we will discuss what is generally objects and classes present in Java. And the main motto of today's class is how we can create an object in Java, how we can create a class, and how to write objects and classes in my Java program. Okay, so let us start today's class about objects and classes in Java. So basically in the last class we have already discussed about what is generally objects. Object is nothing but the real world entities, or everything you see in the real world is nothing but my object. There are different examples are here, like my pencil, apple, book, bag, board, like this. These are nothing but my objects. Okay. So what is basically an object? An entity that is the state and behavior is known as an object. Okay. Any entity. Consider the pencil. If pencil has a state and behavior, then that is considered as an object. Okay. So there are many examples are here, like your chair, bike, marker, pen, table, car, etc. These are nothing but my objects in Java. And objects can be your physical or logical. Physical means tangible and logical means intangible entity. Tangible means which is touchable. These are the tangible entity or physical entity. Pencil, apple, book, bag, board, these are nothing but my physical entity. Means these are touchable. Okay. And logical entity means intangible object. Intangible means which does not have seen in the eyes. And the example of intangible object is the banking system. In the banking system, there are many entities are there, like your customer name, customer ID, customer phone number, account balance, okay, FD number, locker number. Different types of entities are there, but these are not seen in the eyes like your physical entity. So this is considered as my logical entity. Okay. So objects can be my physical entity or objects can be my logical entity. Next is, an object has three characteristics. First is state, behavior, identity. Object has some state. State means it has some data values, data members, variables are nothing but my states. Behavior means it represents the behavior of an object, such as deposit, withdraw, bank deposit, bank withdraw. Okay, like this. Behavior means functions, member functions. Okay, present in your program is known as my behavior. And data member and variables are considered as my states. Okay. Next one is the identity of an object. An object identity is typically implemented by a unique ID. The value of the ID is not visible to the external user. However, it is used internally by the JVM to identify each object uniquely. Object's identity means where the object is actually stored in the memory. Okay. Whenever I am creating the object, in your program, the object is get stored in the heap memory area. So every object have a ID or address ID. You can say that the address where the object is actually stored. So that is considered as an identity. So state means the variables or data members of an object. Behavior means the member function or methods of an object. Identity means you can consider the ID of an object. So these are the characteristics of the object. First is known as the state. It represents the data of an object. Second one is behavior. It represents the behavior of an object such as deposit, withdraw, etc. Third one is the identity. It is used internally by the Debian to identify each object uniquely. Okay. For example, pen is an object. Okay, pen is an object because it has some physical existence. What is the name of the object? Reynolds. Color is white. It is known as state. It is used to write, so writing is its behavior. Okay, so you can say that name of the pen, color of the pen, type of the pen, these are nothing but my variables. Writing is known as my functions. Another definition of object is, an object is nothing but instance of a class. Okay, and what is a class? Class is nothing but a template or blueprint from which objects are created. You can say that class is a demo from which objects are created. There is no physical existence of object without the class. If there is a class, that class has some objects. Okay, so an object is nothing but instance of a class, result of the class. If there exists a class, then from that class different types of objects are created. Okay, if you can consider pen is a class. If you consider pen is a class, Reynolds is an object, fountain pen is an object. Okay, so different categories of a object. If you can consider bike is a class, then Honda is an object, Hero is an object, Bajaj is an object. Okay, so a class is nothing but a blueprint from which objects are created. These are the different definition of object. You can note down. An object is a real world entity. An object is a runtime entity. An object is an entity which has a state and a behavior. Okay, and the object is an instance of a class. These are the different definition of an object. You can consider any of them. Then is the class. Class is nothing but what I have already told you. Group of objects. In a class, group of objects are present which has common properties. That means if I consider a dog as a class or bike is a class, then objects are similar properties are there. If bird is a class, then crow, peacock. Okay, these are the same type of object, comes under bird class. Okay, animal is a class, tiger, cow. Okay, these are the different object of the same class. Okay, it is a template or a blueprint from which objects are created. Okay, it is a logical entity. It cannot be physical. Okay. Then in Java, a class contains different types of fields. Fields means data member or variables. Methods. Methods means different functions. Constructor, we have already discussed in your C++. In Java also constructors are present which has same name as the class name. Different blocks are also present. Blocks means static block, if block, else block, for block, like that. Different blocks are also present. Nested class and interface are also present in Java class. This is the new thing present in your Java. We will discuss nested class and interface. Okay. So a class generally contains different types of fields, different types of methods, different constructors, different blocks, and so many nested classes and interfaces. Okay, so these are the different parts of the class: fields, methods, constructors, blocks, nested class and interface. Then how to declare a class in Java? We have already discussed in some previous classes. Generally I am writing class name, and you know that the first letter of the class name must be capital letter. This is the syntax. Okay, first letter of the class name must be capital. Then curly braces start, curly braces end, and here all the data member methods are generally present. Okay, whatever code you will try to write, all the things must be inside the class only. Okay. Then what is generally instance variables in Java? Okay, there are generally two types of variables present in Java. First is known as instance variable, and second one is known as static variable. Okay, first we will discuss instance variable. In the coming classes we will discuss what is generally static variables. So instance variable means the variables which are associated with object. Okay, so a variable which is created inside the class but outside all the methods is known as instance variable. Or you can say that whenever you declare a variable normally like int x, int y, int z, okay, inside the class, but outside the methods, outside the functions, methods means functions, that variables are known as my instance variable. An instance variable does not get any memory at compile time, okay, but at runtime it gets some memory, because instance means it always associated with the object, and objects are generally created at runtime. So whenever objects are created at runtime, these instance variables get some memory. Okay. Then methods in Java, a method is like a function. Okay, whatever you have called in C and C++ like functions, these are the methods in Java. Okay, functions are generally called as methods in Java, which is used to expose the behavior of an object. Okay. Then what is generally new keyword? You must remember, new keyword is generally used to create the objects in Java. Very important point. What is generally new keyword? By the help of new keyword, we are creating the objects in Java. Okay, and the new keyword is used to allocate memory at runtime. Okay, objects are always gets memory at runtime, and whenever I am creating objects, these objects are created generally in heap memory area. Okay, we have already discussed different types of memory area in the JVM class. Okay, so whenever objects are created, they will get some memory space in heap memory area. Okay, so this is a simple example, object and class. Okay, in this example I am trying to teach you how to create a class and how to create a object, and here the main method is generally present within the class. Okay, so first I am writing these are nothing but my comment lines, and never executed by the compiler or JVM. So Java program to illustrate how to define a class and field, defining a student class. Okay, these are nothing but for your understanding. Yeah. So I am declaring a class here, class student. Okay, class name of the class is student, and always the first letter is capital, S must be capital. Okay, I am defining one field here, that is variable int id. Okay, and second one is string name. See, these two variables are declared inside the class but outside the method. Okay, main method, outside the main method. So these two variables are called as my instance variables. Okay, then here I am creating the main method. You have already know the syntax: public static void main string args. Okay, I am creating the object of the class. How I am creating class name, that is student, object name is s1. Okay, object name is any valid identifier. Okay, you can take any name. Okay, student s1 is equal to new student. Okay, bracket. Okay, class name object name equal to new class name. The class name is student, object name is s1, new class name is student. This is the way of creating the object. Then how to print the values by the help of object? Now s1.id. Okay, if I can fetch the value of id, I can write object name dot variable name like you C++. s1.id, s1.name. Okay, so for printing purpose I am always writing system.out.println. Okay, system is the class name, so s must be capital. Inside bracket s1.id. Second thing is system.out.println s1.name. Okay, s must be capital. Here string is also the class name, so s must be capital. This is the end of your main method. This is the end of your class. Okay, so in this way you can write the class and creating the object in the Java. So whenever you print this id and name, remember this value is 0 and this value is null. I am not initialize this instance variables. id is not initialized, name is also not initialized, but here id value is 0 and name value is null. Why? Now there is no garbage value concept in Java. In C and C++, if you print this id and name, some garbage value is printed because I am not initializing id and name. But here no garbage value is printed. id value is 0, name value is null, because there is no garbage value concept in Java. Okay, there is some, if you not initialize the instance variable, some default value is initialized. Okay, integer, float, character, default value is 0, string is null, like that. Since id is integer, so default value is 0, name is string, default value is null. Okay, output is 0 and null. Then object and class and main is outside the class. Okay, main is outside the class. Okay, class student. Okay, class name, name of the class, int id, string name. Okay, two variables, instance variable inside the class, outside the methods. Okay, but here main method is not present in the same class. I am declaring main method in another class. I am declaring another class test student 1. Name of the class is test student 1. See, this name contains multiple names, test and student. So every inner word must be capital. T must be capital because this is the first, and inner word S must be capital. Okay, this is the main method, syntax of main method. I am creating the object student class object. Student s1 is equal to new student, and I am fetching the id and name as s1.id, s1.name. Okay, by the help of this object name dot variable name, s1.id, s1.name. Okay, obviously the output is 0 and null. Okay, so in this way you can create the class, create the object and fetching the values. Okay, thank you.